Hey, give me all the hate. You know how it go online, ain't nobody safe. Like, hey, see me face to face, probably want an autograph and brag about it for days. Like, hey, biting my tongue, you want your 50 minutes, boy, but I ain't the one. Like, hey, we don't get along, but I ain't making you famous saying your name in the song.
Let them talk trash, I won't pop back, cause they want that. Type in all caps and it's all cap, fall back. I get called whack, no response track. With the bong back, suck my ball sack, probably want that, ew.
What's up, fam? Welcome back to the channel. If you clicked on today's video, you know exactly what we're getting into. This is Hard Target and Cymple Man, El Dorado. Now, fair warning, I have heard this song already. We reacted to it on Friday night in a live, but brand new Hard Target and Cymple Man, El Dorado.
So I knew who Cymple Man was before y'all started talking to him.
Oh,
Really?
Because growing up where I did, we listened to the Lax quite a bit.
I've heard him talk about that.
Gotcha.
So I actually knew who he was way before now,
That's so funny.
but I didn't know who he was.
Dang. Like, yeah, I'm sad that I didn't know who they were much earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but I'm glad I do now. Because let me tell you, Himothy is like my fucking song. Like that's my jam right there. We may have to just listen to that afterwards, because
Dang.
that's my fucking jam right there. But we were vibing with our chat and having a good time, so we didn't really break down the lyrics too much. And we had stopped to talk to some of the chat and stuff. So I kind of wanted to revisit this song because it's so good that I feel like it deserves more attention on some of the lyrics and just the way I'm kind of interpreting it. And that's what I love about music, is it's always up for interpretation, and you can apply it to your own individual life because our own individual lived experiences are always different. And that's what brings people together through the music, is the fact that 10 people can hear the same song and interpret it in 10 different ways based on their own outlook on life, which is, I think, pretty dope, right? That's what I love about music. But this is such a dope song. It's got a dope beat, and I just wanted to kind of revisit it this way as a reaction, reaction, if you will. Because I feel like it really deserves it. These two gentlemen are quickly becoming two of my favorite rappers, and I know Carol with an E feels the exact same way. But a lot of people are, ever since they kind of popped on the scene, and they've been around for a while. They're super seasoned. They're like literally vets in the game, and all it takes is that one moment to change everything, right? So I love seeing them plowing ahead full steam, just both feet on the gas, because I think they really, really deserve the attention and the recognition and all of the freaking flowers for their just level of skill. And not only, like, everything I hear I like, and that's rare for me. And when I find artists like that, like, I have a very small circle of artists that I listen to on a regular basis, and these two gentlemen have officially made that playlist. And let me tell you, it's not a big one. Okay, so in fact, most of the people like that I do on here are people on my playlist. So that being said, I know, a long-winded intro. Like the video if you like it. Please consider subscribing, and let's get into this. Hard Target, Cymple Man, El Dorado. Let's go.
Yeah, slow down now. Salt pack of Lucky Stripes and an 8-ball gear shift. There's a sand dusting up the rear view mirrors. 90 miles left between me and a new life. Only thing I'm fearing is God and some blue lights. I see the devil lurking about. Ain't no more working it out before they put me 6 feet down. I'm putting my foot in the ground. They get you to put a bullet through me and arrange a meeting with the highest being. That's the price of the life I'm bleeding. I don't fear a single man but myself, and it's 357 like a handful of hell on my.
All right, so right off the top in the beginning, when that like that bass drum, that kick drum kicks in, that is just, ooh, man, that was super. Like, I love the beat. Whoever produced this, big shout out and kudos to you. It's awesome. But I like what he said about I don't fear a single man, basically only myself. Like, fear yourself. Which I loved that bar. And the image of driving off in this El Dorado, with the dust behind you in the rearview mirror, running towards a new life, I really fucks with that hard, because I've since 2017, since the end of 2017, beginning of 2018, I've kind of felt like that's kind of very symbolic for how my life has been up until this point. So, 90 miles an hour, even like 190 miles an hour in some places, but I love the idea of kind of like leaving your past behind, things that you're not maybe proud of and stuff, and then racing towards this new life that you see that light at the end of the tunnel, which I think is just, I love the symbolism there. And if you're a Boondock Saints fan, the symbology there. So, all right, back into it.
Full of hell on my knees at the altar trying to create peace. Screaming, dear Lord, please make it release me. Sever the weapons as form, help me to weather the storm. Pick away every thorn of the past that lasts to cast away this devilish form. Give me the clarity shown inside the eyes of those that finally saw the light, redeem this plight, and help me stand for right. Found it.
That double time there where he picks it up is just so crisp and clean. I want to hear it again, but like one thing I really, really, really appreciate both of them is their rhyming ability, and not only their rhyming ability, but their transition ability within the rhymes. And if you don't know what I mean, like, a lot of times when people are writing lyrics, they'll have a couple of bars that maybe the rhyming word is always at the end. But what I love about them is they incorporate multiple syllable rhyming throughout each of those bars, and they incorporate some of the rhymes from the previous bar into the current bar, that is like transitioning into a different rhyme scheme, and it goes very seamless, so you don't even know what's happening. And I feel like that's really what separates like really good rappers, really good lyricists from just your basic lyricist, right? There's so many layers to what they're saying and underlying meaning, metaphors and stuff, but like the way they write, I think is just super impressive to me, and that's one of the reasons why they've quickly climbed up the roster for me. So back into it.
Past the last to cast away this devilish form. Give me the clarity shown inside the eyes of those that finally saw the light, redeem this plight, and help me stand for right. I found death in El Dorado. I saw my life in an empty shell. And when I promised God tomorrow, a little bit of soul I'm left to sell. It ain't worth giving me $1. And most times I feel like I'm meant to fail. The only thing I fear is the days that I get judged by God.
So before Hard Target gets into it, that hook is so fire. The singing on it, your Hard Target, your voice sounds incredible. I love the grit behind it. It's super authentic to you, and it's like anytime I hear it, I wouldn't have to see you in a video. I would know instinctively that was you. Same with Cymple Man. Your voices, your delivery is so distinct that I think that sets you apart from other people. But for me, the interpretation I get from that hook is, regardless of what I've done in my past and those mistakes I've made, like I'm hoping that I can kind of make up for, those things by doing better in the future. And now the only thing they're really fearing, the only thing we really fear is that judgment at the end of the day when we have to go meet our maker, right? And at the end of it, he says, I hope I make bail. And to me, I interpret that by like, I hope I do enough, right? I hope I'm able to escape those, that past and, go on to a better place, right? Be a better person, have that be enough. There's still a lot I'm actually working through myself with the lyrics, and the meaning behind them. It's just one of the things I love about music is I love the story within the lyrics, the underlying messages, and these guys do it so well. So that hook, top tier, guys, top tier. So I'm going to take it back. I want to hear it kind of one more time, and then we're going to get into Hard Targets first.
Sometimes I feel like I'm meant to fail. The only thing I fear is the days that I get judged by God. I hope I'm a play the river gambling man. Down on some bad luck. I'm one card away from a flush, but still I had struck. A deal with the devil was too good to pass up. My suit's still covered in bad blood. That 40.
I love he creates such good imagery with the words he chooses to use in the descriptions about like his suit being so covered in blood. Like he there was two the devil presented him with a deal too good to pass up, and now there's still bad blood on his suit. So it's like, you know, talking about those past mistakes, the things, maybe you regret or whatever, you lived a life a certain way because it seemed really good at the time. Sometimes that, the right, or I should say the wrong thing is so enticing that you like, it's too good to pass up because, you know, what are you going to do? Like, it's sometimes the devil can whisper in your ear and make it sound like it's too good to, and a lot of times it's just too good to be true, right? Feels too good to be true, then it probably is, kind of situation. But that those choices, the things in your past still stick with you, even though you've changed, you've moved on, you've let things go and worked through things and grown. A lot of that, some of those things still stain your soul, and you can never really get rid of them. But you honestly, I don't think you should, because uh overall we're just a mosaic of everything that's ever happened to us. Every person we've ever met in our life is kind of a makeup of who we are and stuff. And so every choice you've made, every decision you've had to make, overall that is a part of who, like, how you became who you are. And all those little pieces equal the whole. So if you don't have those things, you can't remember to do better in the future. But so good.
Struck a deal with the devil, was too good to pass up. My suit still covered in bad blood. That 45 long coat under the table will hold me down. No, if I rain, I bet it's a downpour without hope. Uncle Charles played his cards at the crossroads. The lawman prayed for my downfall. The red and blue still dancing in the rear view. The end's getting closer to the truth, it appears to. That Model 12 seen more death than it found in battle. Fear stricken by the sound of the gavel. Guess I pay my penance, I ain't worried about the grave I'm in it. I say my peaks, then I face my sentence. And some say,
I like that when he says, I'm not worried about the grave, I'm in it. Like, almost like, like, I've made my bed, I'm going to lie in it. But, hey, I'm okay with that because I've moved on. I'm doing better every single day. That's a great descriptive lyric right there for what I'm interpreting, I should say.
I ain't worried about the grave I'm in it. I say my peaks, then I face my sentence. And some say I'm finished. Frame me up, let them take witness. Cause my death won't save my victims. Cause I found death in a Dorado. I saw my life in an empty shell. And when I promised God tomorrow, a little bit of soul I'm left to sell. It ain't worth giving me $1. And most times I feel like I'm meant to fail. The only thing I fear is the days that I get judged by God. Riverbank stepped in the water. Only thing certain is the time's getting shorter. I hear there's a meeting one day, that's an order. Where is you?
That I'm gonna take it back just a little bit here. When he comes in and he's talking about hold on. Here again.
The riverbank stepped in the water. Only thing certain is the time's getting shorter.
Yeah, the only thing certain is the time's getting shorter. Like, it's like, to me, that's at first I was interpreting it like, I'm running out of time, but at the same time, which, I mean, yes, does apply, but I think more so like the time's getting shorter. So like the time is now, right? Might as well strike while the iron is hot, give it everything you got, because at the end of the day, like, if you're the only one you have to rely on for that success. So if there's goals and dreams you want, then you have to attack right now. Don't wait, because time is short. Like, life is short in essence. Like, it goes by so fast. So you might as well take the bull by the horns and give it everything you've got while you still can. So I know a lot of words for a short bar. I know. Sorry.
The riverbank stepped in the water. Only thing certain is the time's getting shorter. I hear there's a meeting one day, that's an order. Where is you versus you, and nobody can support.
I like that, where it's you versus you. and no one can support you. And that's kind of what I was saying is like, you have to rely on yourself to make it happen. You can't just wait around for someone else to give it to you, or for just the universe to hand it to you, or God to hand it to you, or whatever you might believe. But like, you have to go out and actively get it, right? Like that saying, God helps those who help themselves. Like, go for it, go hard or go home. You either got to grind and hustle and just blood, sweat, and tears, or you might as well just, throw in the towel, wave the white flag, and just move on. Because, when you're really going for something big, big, big goals, big dreams, big actions. Yeah, that's what we're going to go with.
Motorcycle and drive me to the gate. Made me think of Elijah and a chariot of fire, so I rinsed away my past while my car said I don't.
That is one. That is a that like kind of bridge there is just absolutely fire. Okay, I love how passionate and how just aggressive Simple Man can be with some of his lyrics when he's like, when he's hitting that note with that idol and like really going for it. I just really appreciate that, because I've always said that I really hate songs that feel linear or feel monotoned. I don't like to hear the exact same flow throughout the entire thing. You know what I mean? I love the dynamic of the getting soft and getting big, and the flow switches and all of that stuff. Dynamic songs are what really keep me interested. And maybe that's an ADHD thing. You know what I mean? If it's too much of the same, I get bored real fast. It's impossible to ever get bored with these guys. But I want to hear that one more time.
I hope I make bail. To the riverbank, stepped in the water. Only thing certain is the time's getting shorter. I hear there's a meeting one day, that's an order where it's you versus you, and nobody can support you. My daughter told me that when heaven can't wait, she gon' buy a motorcycle and drive me to the gate. Made me think of a.
Also, now I just hearing it again, like this is exactly how I do songs all the time. The more I hear them, the more I see something different. And when he's talking, because that whole going to heaven, being judged scheme and stuff, kind of the you versus you and no one can support you. Like when it comes time and you have to face your maker, and that judgment day, like it's literally you versus you, and no one can save you from the things you've done, because those are your choices, right? That's just I'm just piggybacking off of what I said. All of that still, yes. Add that to it, right? Taking notes and shit.
Elijah and a chariot of fire, so I rinsed away my past while my car said I don't. I found death in El Dorado. I saw my life in an empty shell. And when I promised start tomorrow, a little bit of soul I'm left to sell. It ain't worth giving me $1. And most times I feel like I'm meant to fail. The only thing I fear is the days that I get judged by God. I hope I make bail. In El Dorado, I saw my life in an empty shell. And when I promised start tomorrow, a little bit of soul I'm left to sell. It ain't worth giving me $1. And most times I feel like I'm meant to fail. The only thing I fear is the days that I get judged by God. I hope I make bail.
Yeah, to the
It's
nah,
dog. Good. I love that it ends like that every single time. Oh my god, it's so funny. Oh wow, absolutely freaking love that. That's definitely on the playlist, as are all the other songs. Please go subscribe to Hard Target and Simple Man. And then I want to shout out to Hazel Marie, one of my subscribers and a big fan of the boys. She had these shirts made for some of us, trailer made, if you don't know. And shout out to her, because freaking dope. I love it so much. Thank you, Hazel Marie. You are a blessing, and super excited for my merch. Now I can rep all my artists. Shout out to Simple Man too, because I got some merch from him as well. I got a hoodie, and I'll be rocking that whenever it is cold enough to do so. I live in Texas, so we only have a short window of cold weather. Sometimes I just have to crank down the AC just to be able to wear some of the shit I like, right? first world problems. So, but I'm all about the merch. So I got to get me some like Hard Target merch now and stuff like that. So, merch whore over here. This is, obviously got the God mode hoodie on today because we always go in God mode, but this was awesome, guys. Thanks for joining me on this. I'm sorry it wasn't a fresh reaction, but if you want to see kind of us just jam out to it, you can go check out the live. It's still up. And I can't wait to see what comes next. I know they have an album coming out together, I think on 4/21, if I'm not mistaken. I think somebody said that. 4/20 or 4/21, somewhere around there. I believe they're dropping maybe another video on the 14th as well, which is, I think, tomorrow. So I may have to try and tap into that at some point for sure. Thank you for joining me, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one. Peace out.